What's up, everybody? Welcome to Eat Walker, episode 10. Wow.
Double
I mean,
dig.
I can't believe it's already been 10 weeks, but here we are.
Yeah, that's the thing. You don't think of it as 10 weeks. 10
True.
weeks sounds like such a way longer than 10 episodes.
Yeah, I guess technically it's only been 9 weeks since we started. I mean,
yeah,
because you
still.
don't really count the first episode at the end of the week, but
Right, that's true.
who's counting? I mean, I'm sure we don't have any serious people out there.
To all you. So now we have more episodes than subscribers.
Perfect. That's
doing
the
it all.
goal.
Yeah, exactly. We're doing
We've
it all.
got it all.
You 9.
We've got it all.
Yeah. So yeah, obviously Dallas isn't with us. He was
Third
supposed
member.
to, but who knows? I think what do you think happened to him? He got sucked into a storm. His house picked up into a tornado and flew away.
I think that someone ankle picked him, and just cut both of his ankles. And he just kept.
They ankle picked him, man.
Yeah. So, I heard that there's actually people hiding under cars of girls, and they're slashing their legs when they're gonna get in their car. They're like dragging them, they're like taking them and doing that whole prostitution thing or whatever. Or not prostitution.
All right, so getting this episode off on a good man. I'm kidding. God, dude, that literally just gave me the worst visualization ever.
Scary, dude.
Yeah. Well, let's pray that never happens to anyone ever again.
Yeah.
But we all know it will. I'm just kidding.
Oh, jeez.
Kidding.
Gosh.
Hey, you're the one that brought it up. Trying to save this. No, I'm kidding. So yeah, we wanted to do something special for this 10th episode. We wanted to do it in person, obviously have Dallas here. Hey, just having Dallas here would have been a special episode.
the guest.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean,
Dallas, if you're watching this,
you better be on the
you
next
owe
one.
us money.
Yeah, money for.
We're taking your part of the pay for this episode.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So I know you mentioned you don't have any topics because you've been crazy busy, but
yeah,
do you have anything off the top of your head that you want to
well,
talk about,
I just want to tell everyone where I'm at. Basically, I'm over in Minnesota right now. And by the time this is uploaded, I won't be here, so it's not like anyone can come and see where I'm at.
Right.
But yeah, I'm just here on the lake. It's a lake house, and just kind of been relaxing for a week and a half. No job right now. I do have a job, but I'm on vacation. So
very nice.
Yeah,
getting paid to vacation.
Dude, I can't even tell you how much I've been eating.
Eating?
Dude, I've been eating so much food.
Really?
It's bad. Like, oh man, I'm sure.
You can really tell. I'm kidding.
I feel like it, dude. Like, I was looking at myself in the mirror just now, and I'm like, geez, like, this is what I've become.
Where do you see fat? Where does fat store the most on you?
For me, it's like my face, my stomach.
Tell me about it. Mr. Potato Head over here.
Kind of my thighs. Not like really? I'm not like thunder thighs or anything, but like,
yeah,
if I take off my pants and look at my legs, I'm like a little bit of difference, but yeah, it is what it is.
For some reason, I don't store like basically any fat in my legs and calves. It's really weird. So yeah, wait, so why did you go to Minnesota? Your girlfriend has family over there or something?
Yeah, got family over here. Just kind of visiting. They got some Nice people over here. It's not
There
much
you
to do
go.
except for go in the water though. So
And eat, sounds like, fatty. No, I'm kidding. What have you been eating?
everything you can think of: burgers, sandwiches, Italian food, Mexican food. Oh man,
Mm.
anything on this planet. Oh yeah, like last night we had this Asian buffet or like Chinese food buffet, dude.
That sounds so freaking good. I love Asian food.
Anything you can name, I've had it this last week.
Egg roll?
Egg roll. I had egg roll last night. Pizza. I
Really?
had that the other day.
Mm.
Mexican food a couple days ago.
Have any seafood?
Inside of me. Just kidding. I hate seafood. That's
Oh,
actually the
really?
that I haven't had. It's seafood.
Well, it makes sense because you don't like it.
Yeah,
Huh.
it's.
I didn't know that.
I mean, I like fish sticks and salmon, but
Yeah.
anything else just doesn't. It doesn't sit well deep inside of me, you know.
Oh, so it's like inside you don't like the taste or what it does
But
to your stomach, or
well,
okay.
it doesn't sit well if it goes in me because I don't like it.
Oh,
So
okay, that makes sense.
if it were to go in me, it wouldn't last.
Mm, okay. Hmm. Yeah.
How about
Have you ever had sushi?
no? It looks good, but I think there's fish like. Well, what's inside of it besides rice?
Raw fish a lot of the time.
Yeah, that sounds so nasty.
You know
Oh,
what's weird?
just raw fecal.
Fecal. Um, it's weird because like I've had it a couple times, and for whatever reason, like the taste of it is
Mhm.
is fine. Like I actually like it, but for whatever reason, I can't swallow it. Like as soon as it hits the back of my throat, I I I literally am about to vomit. Like we were eating
Really?
in Sergey's car, and
Mhm.
then I had to open the door and like spit out because it's
Oh,
like
jeez.
I couldn't have swallowed it. It would have
Yeah,
been I would have thrown up, literally. It's so weird though. It's like some foods you just have that reflex, you know?
yeah, yeah. There's just foods like that, and it's been like that with me lately for hamburgers. For some reason, it's like
Eating too many or
I think I
something.
told you about this. My
Dude,
girlfriend doesn't
yeah,
like
your
them,
girlfriend. Huh.
and so because I would hear her throw up every time we had
Oh,
hamburgers,
yeah.
all I could
So
I
you
just
associate hamburgers with vomit?
yeah, and so every time I would now that when I think of a hamburger, it makes me think of throw up just because of that. So,
That's
but
funny.
how was the heat wave there? I wasn't. I left the day that the heat wave started.
Really?
Luckily,
Lucky goose. Yeah, so if you guys don't know, which obviously you don't, um, in so this, I guess, last weekend, and so last weekend, including Friday and Monday, was literally the hottest it's ever been in our state, like ever.
really,
Yeah.
that's a
Well,
wow.
in our town, at least. I don't know about anywhere else, but
Right.
in our town, I think the hottest it got up to is 106, which is unheard of. I don't even think it's broken 100 before. Global warming, dude. But um, I got this air conditioning thing
Dude.
installed, so I was
So
cooling.
tell me about your day. That okay? That obviously there was like 3 days where it was super hot, like maybe 99 or 100. But how was the day where like what did you do on the day that was 106?
Um, hmm.
Did you leave your room?
Yeah, only because I was bored. And like, can you hear me if I lean back as a
Yeah,
microphone? Okay.
yeah.
Only because I was bored and like just needed to have like different atmosphere, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
So I would just go
So,
outside. We got a slip and slide. That was
oh,
fun.
perfect.
Me and my 14-year-old little brother were like doing slip and slide stuff. That was fun.
Honestly, when it's that hot, anything works. That'll cool you down.
Yeah, dude, it's
And
actually crazy. What were you gonna say?
the slip and sides are fun.
Yeah,
I
and you
love those.
know, usually like your garden hose is cold as F.
Hmm.
Like with those, my mom also got like a little kiddie pool meant for toddlers, so it was like
Hmm.
basically a large puddle, and we just like laid in it, and it was, and usually it'd be like so cold, but it was so
Yeah.
hot outside that you just were instantly acclimated. It's actually
Hmm.
crazy.
Wow.
Yeah,
So, did your air conditioning keep your room cool that day?
yeah.
Like,
I got
chill
too cold in my room.
on that day,
Yeah. I was
dude.
like, I gotta
That's
turn this
sick,
off. It's getting a little chilly in here. And then
dude.
I
That's
walk
actually
outside,
sick.
dude. I'm on the second floor of my house, right? And I open my door because I forget. Like I literally completely forget. My shades are up, my air conditioning is going. I'm just playing games or doing my art or whatever. And I completely forget it's hot outside. And I open my door and it literally feels like there's a wall of heat, like literally a wall. And I walk through it and it feels like I walk into like a different dimension. It's so weird because my brain goes from basically freezing to hottest it's ever been, you know?
Yeah.
It's so weird. And I'm like, boom, like instantly get disoriented. I'm like, Jesus, it's hot.
You close the door. You're like, nope.
Yeah, yeah, dude, it's weird, man. It was
Dude,
weird.
that's
I'm
so. I
makes
was there. I was there Saturday, and it was really hot. I think it got to
okay,
9.
okay. So you got
Dude,
to
I was
feel
just
a bit.
dying. I was dying, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I can't even imagine how it's gonna be when people are here for 106. Because my mom got one of those air conditioners for her room,
God
and so I
bless.
was just up there all day in her room taking a nap.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, it's just too hot. So yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
like, and over here where we're at in Minnesota and North Dakota, everybody has air conditioning in their house, and so
Mhm.
everywhere you go inside, there's air conditioning.
So Minnesota, I'm a ding dong, is in North Carolina. That's in the top right of the United States, right? Like near top right by the
It's
Great
like,
Lakes.
yeah, like kind of like middle top right.
Okay.
I think it's more like the closer to the middle, the
Okay.
upper middle.
Gotcha. Right. Okay.
Um,
So I wouldn't peg it as a hot state though, is
it
it?
gets pretty hot in the summer, like
Okay.
normally 80s, 90s, like lower hundreds.
Okay.
I think hundreds is kind of not often here. Typically 90s, I think,
Okay.
in the summer.
Okay. Well, that makes sense. And because I know in like Arizona, if you don't have air conditioning, then you will pass away during the
You will
summer.
die.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Because
believe that.
100 weather is just like it will get 100 and stay 100 basically for throughout the summer.
Somebody
And
said they heard that people were dying in Washington, like legit, like dying.
geez, well, I mean, put it, I wouldn't think like maybe older people that
Yeah.
don't have air conditioning. But
I
yeah.
mean, I can tell you this: I would probably die if I was 106 degrees without without like, if I just went outside and stood there for like 10 minutes, I would probably die.
Yeah, it's weird because it's like it's not like Arizona where it's dry. It's humid too. So normally you'd go outside in the shade and you're fine, but even the shade, you're breathing in the hot moisture in the air, the humidity.
Mhm.
And in
Yeah.
Arizona, if you go in the shade, there's nothing. You're basically fine. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's you can't really escape it. I heard like even like there was like some funeral homes that were like opening up their uh I don't know, like somewhere where you can walk in. I've never been to a funeral or a graveyard or anything, but apparently there's like ghosts there
Yeah.
and there's air conditioning in there. So like apparently a bunch of people are going in there. Like what are
Sorry.
we doing, man? Talking about something serious, people dying and
Sorry.
a bunch of
Moving
baloney.
around. My head looked really funny. So continue.
You're laggy AF.
Oh, my bad.
Is it a bunk bed in the back? Really moving
No,
up in the world, eh?
don't ask questions.
Who's top bunk? Do I even have to ask? Just kidding.
I'm being held hostage against my will.
Yeah. So I had a few questions.
Just ignore
You think
what's
I can
happening.
ignore that? Okay. That's gonna be the thumbnail. Your head coming in from the side. Okay. Dude, I can't. I see you on my peripheral vision.
Uh,
Okay. You just gonna stay like that? Are you comfortable or something? Your head's like floating. Your neck can't be comfortable.
it just I'm just bloated, so I'm laying on my left
Oh,
side.
gotcha. Okay, so if
Also, like, I don't
we
want it
hear
to
a
look like I'm
rumble,
laying down, but like, I guess I might as well at this
yeah,
point.
literally. Okay, so I had questions for you and Dallas, but obviously it's just gonna be you.
Yeah.
So I what do you think is he Jesus. God, you switch sides on me.
Dude, this hurts so bad to laugh right now.
God, you're
Oh
gonna completely rip, and it's gonna
man.
throw me off as well. Oh, are you sure you're laying on the right side at least?
Okay.
Okay. I'm like, I'm trying to ask you something serious. I can't. I cannot. We gotta talk about something unserious when you're like that.
Oh man.
Something unserious. Okay. Should we, since it's the 10th episode, should we disclose one of the D stories?
Oh gosh. Which one? Wait,
Just
is
one
there
of
more
them.
than one?
No, I'm talking about
Yeah. Oh, just D as in and the
the
name.
person. Yeah, not
Okay.
not his D. Not D's
Um,
D.
you know, I think that it's up to you. I mean, the D story is a sacred one. It's
I think the
it's one
people.
we've held in our hearts for a long time. We've held back from you guys.
And there are plenty of them.
Yeah.
Now,
Which D one?
I was gonna say the gymnastics with the nails.
Okay. I think that's
Yeah,
probably I think as long as we only say the nail part, but
yeah.
we the juiciest part for like episode 50.
Wait, you cut out there. We what?
So we tell them the nail part and
Mm-hmm.
then we save the juiciest part for episode like 50
Okay.
to
Radio.
keep the people in suspense because
Yeah.
the best part is indeed the part that comes after the nail part, but
Yeah. Just the
we
nail
can't
part.
just give it all away like that. We have to work for it.
So, should we disclose on how you know this individual?
Yeah. So this person is related to me in some way, shape, or form. Maybe it's my cousin.
Maybe it's
Maybe
your
it's my uncle,
grandpa.
my grandpa, my
Yes.
brother. You just don't know who it is.
Don't know. Or he couldn't be related to you at all. Who knows?
True.
So do you want to tell it?
So basically, this is what, back in 2011, 2012? I think it was 2012.
Crazy.
Me, Riley, and this person, we started doing, what was it, parkour? Yeah.
Well, it's not parkour, it's just gymnastics. I
Yeah,
mean,
basically
yeah.
gymnastics. So we started going to this gymnastics gym,
Yeah.
and basically the gym lady who worked there said, "Hey, take off your shoes." So we all took off our shoes. No problem, whatever.
It's
Go out there.
understandable. You don't want
Yeah,
to get your dirt on the mats.
exactly. So we do that, then we go out onto the field, or as we like to call the mat area. And she's like, "Hey, you three, you can't go out there with your socks." They're like, "Okay,
You might slip.
whatever." You might slip and break an organ.
So that
So
makes
we
perfect
say,
sense.
yeah, like, okay, whatever. Nothing crazy. And then he's like, all right. The person was like, wait, nobody said anything about taking off our socks. We're like, um,
What's the big
okay.
deal here, man?
Oh well, it's just socks. So me and Riley proceed to take off our socks. But this unknown person, well, we know who it is, but you don't know who it is. He takes off his socks, and they're like this. The toenails are like this long, dude.
Yeah, literally like that long, like not in a hole, like from the off the toe.
Yeah.
Toenails are longer than an inch
And
long.
he's walking, and they're breaking as he's walking, which
Yeah,
makes me wonder, like, has he never taken off his socks? Because wouldn't they have broken last time he walked without
I
them?
don't know. I literally maybe he just keeps his socks on, but
Yeah.
yeah, he kept breaking them as he was walking on the mats, and oh my god.
Dude. They look like sun chips. I just
Yeah, they were even the color and had the dusting to them.
the dusting. Yeah, I mean
Seasoning.
they had the
Oh
like
my.
the little crinkles in them, that the waves.
Okay, I feel like we should have a code name, like
You just call
so
this
we don't have,
person.
yeah, but if we call him like, if we give him like a name, then
Mhm.
it'll be easier than saying this person.
Yeah, true. So let's just call him Phil.
Okay, yeah. So we
Yeah,
have a lot of stories about Phil, like a lot,
yeah,
and they are some of the funniest times I've had in my life just observing Phil,
yeah,
you know,
true.
because Phil's one of those guys, kind of like Dallas, where he's like, he's funny just to observe and
Yeah,
see what he's gonna do, you know? Yeah,
dude, you just never know what would happen with him. Even right now, something's happening with him that it's funny.
yeah, he's on a whole nother level.
Yeah, it's actually it's very interesting, and I'm sure I'm gonna share this story with you at some
For
point,
sure. Yeah, we'll
or
get
with
into it.
everybody.
Yeah, once and the goal, which I don't know is if it's even obtainable, or but the goal would be to get Phil on the podcast. But the problem
Yeah,
is, because we've talked about this, Phil wouldn't be acting like himself.
yeah,
You know, he's kind of like one of those people where he can put on a fake kind of facade pretty
yeah.
easily.
You just don't like. I know who he is and who he really is, and you know how he acts with me, but when he's on the camera, I'm sure he's gonna like make his voice deeper and like put on this fake act, because he
Yeah,
wants to seem like, I don't know, like it's not really cool. So I
yeah.
guess it's like, I don't know why he would do that. I don't care what like people think.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like,
Yeah.
I just don't know why he would do that.
Yeah, that's some weird thing he does, like around people he doesn't know. He like makes his voice really deep, which is like it's not like he's got a high voice or anything. That's the weird
Yeah,
thing, you
it's not
know?
like, hey,
Yeah, it's just a regular voice. It's very
yeah,
interesting.
it's not high in the first place. So
Yeah.
it's so much harder to, if you had to like fake making your voice lower all the time.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, it's so much harder just not being yourself
yeah,
in
exactly.
general. He's got
Yeah,
to like think about what he's about to say the whole time. But, whatever. If that ever happens, that will be the golden episode. And we'll put his name and then in parentheses Phil, because obviously if he comes on, he's fine with having his name out there.
true.
Wait, then again, he'll be like Phil, and then we'll look back and like maybe we're to the point where people have made like compilations and people are like the Meat Locker Phil best Phil moments. I don't know.
Yeah,
What
dude,
the
true.
frick was that?
I just dropped the phone.
He landed in the most funny pose on you. Um,
Yeah,
so
dude.
what is your what do you think is one of your favorite things we've done together?
You know,
Or
I think my
funniest,
favorite,
something like that.
there's just so many funny memories that we have,
Yeah,
dude. Like,
just
I
one good
so wish there could be like a tape recorder that was in our minds. We could pull all those memories out and rewatch them and show them
one.
on
Dude,
here,
I
because
know.
no matter
For
how
real.
how funny we try to describe things, it's not going to be
Yeah,
as funny as they
no
were.
way. Yeah, so true. But yeah, I mean, I've
Like,
got a thing in mind if you want to think about it or whatever.
sure, go ahead.
All right. So it's an embarrassing story for me. Oh, actually, gosh dang. Okay, let me just tell two really quick, and one's a really quick one. So
Sure.
one time, I think it's one of the hardest times I've ever laughed, and I literally peed my pants a little bit. Um, so we were at the gymnastics place, and there was like a big foam pit, and it's like a with like a bunch of foam cubes. It's like a basically a pool, but a
Mhm.
bunch of foam cubes. You all know what I'm probably talking about. So it's at this same gymnastics place that we went to Phil, and Phil broke his nails on. So there was quite a
Interesting.
big gap. There was probably like I don't know what gap. What do you think? Like 7 feet distance.
Yeah, something like
It was
that.
pretty like difficult to jump across if you wanted to.
Yeah.
So, do you have a feeling what I'm
Oh,
about
I
to
remember
say?
this one. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is one of those things where it's like it's impossible to describe to anybody. But basically, we were like trying to jump across, and I couldn't do it. And Josiah's like way taller than me, so I think you did it a couple times, or maybe this is the first time you did it, but you jumped across and you like landed on the other side, but you slipped and like folded, and your hands touched your toes, and just like you landed, folded, and fell right back in. And like
Dude,
I just saw it so perfectly, and it's like literally one of the hardest I've ever laughed. And
did that hurt? But it was like,
really,
when I think about it, it was super funny.
yeah, I wish you could have seen because yeah, I wish it didn't hurt, but I wish you could have. I wish, God, we should have like checked asked them if we could get the surveillance footage of it or something.
Sure.
So yeah, that's just a funny anecdote. But this, this, one of one of my favorite moments with Josiah is embarrassing, incredibly embarrassing on my part. Basically, me, Josiah, and Dallas, actually, the Meat Locker crew, went out
Hmm.
to a trail. Um, and I think Dallas brought his guitar because Dallas is a musician. So, and obviously Josiah is too. Um, and I didn't even know you
Think
play.
I'm first, huh?
I apologize. Um, d do you play the guitar still? Like, that's something I completely forgot about what you
You know,
did,
I play every now and then.
like, once a month?
It's not like like a thing that I take seriously, but
Okay,
just
that's
there when I
cool.
want to have fun, you know.
So so, basically, um, we went out to kinda the end of the area, and I'm not gonna say all the aspects of this trip just because we'll save it for another time, but so it won't make full sense. But basically, we were all having a good time out there, and Josiah's like, "Hey, can I grab your guitar real quick?" And to Dallas. And Dallas is like, yeah. So Josiah starts, strumming, whatever. I'm like, oh wow, I didn't know you could play guitar, blah blah, or some crap like that. And then you said something like, you guys want to hear a song that I wrote or something.
Dude,
And like it was such a beautiful moment because Josiah, what I saw Josiah completely basically forget about any insecurity he had, or anything, and just like sung his heart away, in like your true voice. And I was like so blown away. Like literally, I'm like, I've known this guy for so long. He's got such a beautiful voice. And I'm like thinking in my head, I'm like, yo,
dude.
when in reality, you're just probably like singing, like just having a fun time, like overthinking this. And it was so powerful. Like I don't know why, but like I was just in my head so much that this was just such a beautiful moment that I was like, I was laughing and like crying at the same time. I was
Dude,
just,
that was a good time.
oh my gosh, like that was, and we have it recorded too, so
Dude,
we'll release
100,
that footage sometime.
if we hit 100,000 subscribers, we'll release the footage.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
we'll do a lot on 100. We'll have 100,000 subscribers special,
yeah,
and maybe we can do like a 3-hour podcast or something. Just like go through.
do it like live or something too.
Dude, that'd be so
Cool.
sick. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was, and it was like it was on a sunset too. It was like the sun was just making him glow. It sounds so homosexual.
Dude, we have the
Not
video
that
too.
that's a bad thing. No, but yeah, I was just dying. I was laughing so hard. Plus, on the other hand, I was just thinking, this just the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And honestly, words can't describe. Or
You
maybe
guys are
I
gonna
mean,
see the video.
yeah. It was awesome. That was awesome.
I think that one of my favorite memories is when me, you, and Phil went to the mall. It's just probably like 2012 again. And Phil, we were going to see one of Phil's girlfriends because he would get like this new girlfriend every week, and they'd always be like there would always be
Some
something with them.
character. Like a
Yeah,
big
some character. And so this one we were like, okay, because my mom had to take us to the mall, my mom and my sisters, and we didn't want them to know that we were going there for like to meet this girl that was dating Phil because they didn't think we had girlfriends or whatever. I don't know.
Mhm.
We just didn't want them to know.
Yeah.
So my mom dropped all three of us off, and we went and met this girl, and she was of course a character like always. They always are.
Mhm.
And we're like, and my mom was like, okay, I'm on my way to pick you guys up again. And we're like, okay. So we're talking to Phil's girlfriend. We're like, look, my mom can't know you're here. And I don't know if it was because we were embarrassed of her, if we just didn't
Probably.
want to like,
I
yeah,
think it
mom didn't
was
know.
Phil's decision mainly, I think.
Oh yeah, I think so.
It was like,
I think
or-
he was embarrassed of her the
yeah.
most.
And he literally emphasized, he's like, in no circumstance can you come out. Like literally, it's
Yeah.
so important that you don't come out. And they
Do
say,
not come out.
whatever you do not. Like literally, this is so important. And
Yeah.
you feel like we're over exaggerating. No, he stressed this so hard.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, okay.
She's like, yeah, I get it. I won't. I promise.
Yeah.
And like, and for sure he was embarrassed of her.
Mhm.
So we're like, all right, see you later. We all start walking outside. We see my mom, me and Riley get in the car or the minivan at the time. We crawl in the back, and as we're crawling in the back, we just look at the front window, and there's Phil's girlfriend running outside, like waving a golden
Yeah.
ticket around, like she's the winner of Willy Wonka.
And she's yelling his name even.
Yeah,
She's like, Phil.
you forgot something.
Yeah,
And
dude.
me and Riley are just cracking up in the
Like
back.
literally dying.
Yeah,
Oh my
because we
god.
told her, I'm like, there's no way you could come out. You can't promise on
Yeah.
your life.
Yeah. And I think after that, like your sister or something was like, "Ooh, Phil, is that your girlfriend?" And like exactly what we didn't want to happen, or what he didn't want to happen. So
Yeah.
freaking funny. Oh
That
my
was one of
gosh.
my favorites.
Ugh, there's so many times like that. Like think of all the times that are just so mundane that um we'll never remember. Just like something funny happened in the moment. We just die laughing and
I'm sure we have a million of those.
dude, literally. I mean, literally. Yeah, I mean, yeah. It's pretty freaking crazy. Yeah. I wanted to hear Dallas's thoughts on that.
Yeah.
Because I guess I was trying to think of a moment where it was us three and that guitar scene was us three, but it was mainly
True.
about you.
Yeah.
Trying to think. I mean, been so busy, we haven't really had a chance to really do a whole lot recently, but
Yeah.
um,
It's like there's so much that I want to do, but I feel like, my full-time job takes up the most of the time.
yeah,
Kind of that it's like that.
yeah. Well, won't be like that forever.
Yeah.
At least we get times like this, and maybe times like this, it seems like it's not forced, but you had to. This wasn't optimal time for you because you're on vacation, had to stay up
Yeah.
until blah blah blah. So
Hmm.
there's times like this where it's like, we got to get it out for Friday, but most of the time it's just like once a week we hang out, and talk and goof.
Yeah, it's fun. We've been pretty busy for the past. Let's see, I got here on Sunday. Uh, we've kind of just been, I went jet skiing a lot.
I've never been jet skiing.
Yeah, it was my first time. It's actually really cool.
Yeah, I bet.
We went mini golfing. We went like actual golfing. That was my first time golfing. Have you been
Really?
golfing before?
Yeah, put a bullet in my brain.
Hmm?
I do not like golf at
Oh,
all.
you don't like it?
No. Like even goofy golf. Even mini
Uh-huh.
golf, goofy golf, regular golf. Gonna
Not your thing.
no, not at
I
all.
had a pretty good time doing it.
So you played on an actual whole full size golf.
Uh, yeah.
And you hit it like decently far?
Yeah, they were all saying I did pretty, like, really good for my first time.
Oh, maybe you're a natural.
It's very possible. Tomorrow we're going fishing. But yeah, it's been pretty eventful actually.
Hmm.
It's been much needed to get away.
Yeah, for real, man. A good reset.
Yeah. I mean, like, for you going to like the other side of the state, I'm sure it's a good vacation for you too.
Yeah, yeah. And
And
we're
you went
going.
on a morning?
Yeah, I went on a nice hike this morning.
How like big of a hike was that?
It it isn't long, but it is round trip. It's 3.5 miles,
Mhm.
but it's 1,100 feet in elevation, so that's a lot um,
So
for
where
that
did you
amount.
did you start off on the regular, like on the ground?
No,
Did
no,
you drive
you go
to it?
7. Yeah, you go 7 miles up a mountain road, and
Mm-hmm.
honestly, I absolutely hate mountain roads. It's my biggest fear in life. Um,
Because it's sketchy.
yeah, I have so many bad memories of it. Maybe I can get into it at some point, but it's just like too scary. But yeah, 1,100 feet of elevation in one in one, let's see, what's half of 3.5, 1.7 or whatever.
Hmm.
1.7 miles is a lot because it's basically just like a zigzag up, kind
Hmm.
of a meadow on the side of a mountain, but it's awesome.
Yeah.
It was weirdly because it was like inside of a cloud, so
Hmm.
it was like really foggy, and actually at the before we even got to the trailhead, like a snow avalanche went over the road. Um,
Wow.
so we had to park right next to the avalanche or whatever it is, and just climb over it and then walk up the road. But it was only like a quarter mile to the trailhead.
Wow.
But yeah, I was trying to FaceTime you
Dude,
at the
I know.
top, but it may have been too much. You've got like crazy uh, phobia of heights, so
Honestly, I would have watched that. Like, I love seeing those kind of videos because I can't do it, but someone else
mm,
who can, and then I can actually see it. It's cool.
right, yeah. And me and my dad, we always like run down the hikes. Um, I was sending a video of like just like me just running down and like looking back at that, I'm like, what am I doing? Like it's like a cliff right there. I mean, I wasn't looking like through it walking through my camera, but still, it's just like freaks me out. Sometimes I do things and I don't think about it.
Maybe like post a video on here, like right there, just so they can see what you're doing. Maybe you
Yeah,
want.
I'll try and remember to do that. Yeah.
So,
Could be some reason, or like when somebody has a fear of swimming, I mean, not always, but when they were a kid.
crazy, but I do want to eventually be able to do things like that. So if maybe we could just work our way up, that'd be cool. Because I do want to be able to do something like
Yeah,
that.
I mean, and it's such a huge part of living in Washington, the hikes. We have literally some of the best hikes in the world.
Yeah.
And for you to not have experienced a lot of them is like, there's like some insane hikes. Did something happen to you as a child or something with heights?
You know, I've been trying to think about that because I can't remember. I remember there being this rock, like in this one of our friends' neighborhoods that everyone used to climb, and like just this big rock, but I couldn't climb it because I was too scared. And I was a little kid, so that's just I remember being afraid of heights for that long. And now I think it's a mental thing. I think it's something I need
entirely
to
mental.
Yeah, because I remember being a kid and going up the Space Needle. And I know now it'd be really hard to go up the Space Needle.
Even I would have a hard time doing that.
Yeah, but it's like weird because I've done it before, but now I feel like it'd be really even harder because it's just a mental thing and I'm gonna overthink it. So
yeah, because it's like your body's fear response is to protect you, but a lot of the time people are overly fearful or whatever. Like, I used to have a problem with thinking people are going to break in my house and making sure all the doors are locked and all that crap. Thinking of, and nothing really happened to me in the past that to make me have that. The mountain road thing, like I've had a few sketchy situations with that, so that's probably why I'm hesitant about doing that. But yeah, it's like some people just overly think, because fear, whether it's emotional fear or whether it's fear is protecting you from physical harm or emotional harm, like not wanting to ask the girl out because you're afraid of getting emotionally hurt, not wanting to climb the mountain because you're afraid of getting hurt or whatever. But some people's, like, I feel like with your height situation, for whatever reason, it's just so off to where it's like you can't even go into Seattle and look at the skyscrapers. You know what I mean? So it's
like
very interesting.
The other day, and it was this really cool outdoorsy store, kind of like Cabela's
or something. Yeah.
And I was super excited to go in there, and then we got in there, and I was like, "There's like this escalator," and I'm like, and everyone's like, and I'm like, okay, maybe they won't go up there. And then as soon as we got in there, they're like, all right, we're all going upstairs because that's where all the cool stuff is.
Wow.
I'm like, I'll probably meet up with you guys later or something.
Wow.
So around, and I'm like, but everything cool is up there, and I want to see it. So I went and looked for an elevator, and I found one. And I went up the elevator. It's weird because it's like, with an elevator, I'm fine. Like, if I know that I have a way to go to the elevator and go down, then I'm fine. And then I was up there looking around, and I ended up just going down the escalator, and I was fine. I'm like, okay. And then I could go back up it and go back down it, and it didn't bother me at all.
That's very interesting.
Yeah, it's really weird. It's like once I actually do it, then I'm like, oh, that wasn't even bad. And then I go up and do it again, just whatever. So that's kind of how it is with a lot of things. I need to just do them, and then I'm like, oh, okay, it's not that bad.
Yeah, I mean, with a lot of things, like maybe with the escalator thing, your instinct you should have just fought your instinct and just went for it. Kind of
Yeah.
like when you're about to, like, I don't know, jump in like a pool for the first time. You're like, oh, it's gonna be so cold. But as soon as you jump in, you're like, it's fine. Kind of
Yeah.
like you just need to fight it and just get on the escalator. But then there's things like where it's like your fear response is there for a reason, and you
Yeah.
shouldn't do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, very weird balance you have there. But yeah, that's really interesting.
We should probably call it quits right now, just
You said
because.
go another half an hour? I'm
Yeah.
kidding. Yeah, that sounds good. This was a good episode.
Yeah. Normally I want to keep talking, but
Yeah.
gotta get back out there and
And it's 2 hours later for you, so it's 12. It's midnight right now, right? Yeah, it's crazy.
it's really weird. I'm still used to Washington time.
All right. Yeah, so you're 10 o'clock tired right now.
Yeah.
Well, I really hope you all enjoyed this episode. If you did, leave a like. If you really did, consider subscribing for a podcast every single ding dong Friday at 1 p.m. PST. If you're listening on Apple, Spotify, blah, 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 consider checking out the YouTube video and vice versa. And
Watching.
thank you very much.
Peace.